Welcome to the very first Sunday update, a place where you guys can come to get your weekly updates on the latest gaming news, but also a place where we'll come together to discuss the latest hot topics within the gaming industry. So if you guys are interested in gaming and all things surrounding it and want to stay in the loop, then make sure you do stick around. Without further ado, let's jump into the news. So to start things off, I thought we'll talk about GTA 6. GTA 6 has officially been confirmed and is in development. I know a lot of you might have already heard this, but I just wanted to talk about it since the GTA franchise has always innovated open world gaming and pushed the limits on what is possible. Each and every GTA title has been massive, with the open world growing larger and larger, yet continuing to feel like a legitimately populated city. But where will GTA take us next? Will we be able to travel to multiple different cities, or will we be confined to pretty much one city similar to how GTA 5 is? I think I speak for everyone when I say it would be awesome if we could actually go to the airport and catch a flight to like a different country. That would be absolutely amazing. GTA 6 has been a long time coming. It is crazy to think that I was still in school when GTA 5 came out, and now I'm 24 years old. GTA 6 is expected to release between April 2023 to March 2024, but we cannot confirm a specific date just yet because Rockstar Games has not released this information. I really want to hear what you guys are hoping to see in GTA 6, so make sure you do let me know in the comment sections below. But in other news, a Game Boy Advance emulator could be coming to the Nintendo Switch very soon. This leak comes directly from 4chan, of course. A few files were leaked to the website, and amongst those was a Nintendo Switch GBA emulator under the name Sloop, along with a file archive called Hiyoko that is known to run Game Boy titles on a Nintendo Switch. I think it's pretty safe to say that it's only a matter of time before we see a Game Boy emulator on the Nintendo Switch, and honestly, I'm pumped for Nintendo Switch users. Personally, I do not own one, but I do have a GBA emulator on my PS Vita, and it is absolutely fantastic. If you do want to read more on this story, Twitter user trash_bandicoot posted a simple breakdown and description of all the leaked files. There will be a link to his post in the description below. Moving on to Back 4 Blood news. Now this is something I am very excited to talk about because I absolutely love the Back 4 Blood game. The Tunnels of Terror DLC has finally launched, and I am pleased to say that it seems to be going down very well with the community. The Tunnels of Terror DLC provides a different path throughout current levels, giving the game some really good replay value. But not only does this provide alternate routes, this update also brings new ridden and new operators to the mix, along with more advanced AI teammates, which will now be a lot more helpful in game. I myself prefer to play with bots rather than random players, as they're normally just a lot more helpful, so I'm very happy about this update. I do hope Turtle Rock, the devs of Back 4 Blood, continue to provide updates and DLCs for this game because it is so much fun. I personally would love to see a complete story mode DLC. I think that would be amazing. But if you guys haven't played this game yet, definitely pick it up and try it out. It is also on Xbox Game Pass. If you do have that, then you can just download it. It's an amazing game. Definitely jump into it, and now is probably the best time. Now let's talk about E3. Unfortunately, E3 2022 has been completely canned. And that doesn't mean just the physical showcase, but also the digital showcase. It is completely cancelled. An ESA spokesperson told TechRadar, and I quote, "We previously announced that E3 would not be held in person in 2022 due to the ongoing health risks surrounding COVID-19. End quote. The spokesperson then went on to say that there will also be no digital E3 for 2022. Now, I really want to know what you guys think of this. Obviously, the old Rona has definitely played a massive part in physical game conventions and game shows being shut down, but I feel like it also has a lot to do with some of the big companies in the gaming industry just putting the plug on it and doing their own showcases online. It's a lot cheaper for them to do, and in a lot of cases way more beneficial as well. And in some way, although like I said, the Rona obviously had some part to play, I feel like it is more the big companies that are just kind of pulling out, and it's not worth E3 throwing this big event when most of the companies aren't going to be there. It kind of seems like game conventions and game shows are slowly going away, which is quite sad because I actually love game shows when done right, of course, and I would like to see them continue. It's been a pretty similar case over here in the UK as well, with EGX being cancelled and moved to September. And I don't know if it's even going to go ahead because I don't think a specific date has been confirmed yet. We're going to just have to wait and see. Hopefully it does, and if it does, I'll obviously be there. In other news, and on a much happier note, Elden Ring has sold 12 million copies as of March 14th, 2022, just 17 days after its release, which is absolutely insane. To put that into some perspective, it took Dark Souls 3, From Software's previously highest selling title, around 4 years to reach 10 million units sold. And Elden Ring's come along and sold 12 million in the first 17 days of launch. That's crazy. Now, I don't play open world RPGs mainly because I know that if I did, I would sink way too much time into them and get absolutely nothing else done. But for Elden Ring to get so many sales that's saying something about the game. I've seen a lot of footage of it online and I've heard a lot of people speak about it, and it seems to be an amazing game. So if you guys are already into open world RPGs, then that is probably something you should definitely get into. Moving on, Sony and the Lego company have invested $2 billion into Epic Games to help towards metaverse efforts. Apparently the funds will be used to create a virtual space where people can hang out, play games and just socialize. I know everyone is tired of hearing the phrase metaverse, but I think this is something that could actually be quite interesting. With Epic Games having created Fortnite, which already kind of sort of acts as a metaverse, this is something that could definitely be interesting and is one to keep your eyes on. But that is pretty much it for the news segment. Gaming news is a little bit stale at the moment because we're kind of going through a dry spell, but I do have a short list of games that you guys should definitely keep tabs on, so let's go through that now. Evil Dead the game will be releasing on May 13th, 2022 across all major platforms, where you will play as Ash Williams and his friends in a co-op PvP shooter. From what I've seen, the gameplay looks very similar to the Friday the 13th game, so if that's something you like, then you might like this as well. Next up, we have Saints Row, which is set to release August 23rd, 2022, and it is coming back as a complete reboot of the series. This is one game that I am very excited for. Saints Row left off on a pretty crazy note where it let things get a little bit too crazy, even by Saints Row standards, so it's nice that they're starting fresh and doing a complete reboot. I'm very excited to see where they take the game this time. Saints Row will be releasing on PS4 and 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One and PC. Next up, we have Stalker II Heart of Chernobyl, which will be releasing on December the 8th, 2022, and I cannot wait to hop into this game. You'll be exploring the radioactive Chernobyl exclusion zone and fighting for survival throughout the game. Whether that be fighting against crazed mutants or nuclear anomalies, the threats will always be there. Stalker 2 will be releasing on Xbox Series X and PC. I'm not too sure if it will be releasing on Game Pass. I'm really hoping it does since I paid for the subscription, but we're going to have to wait and see. And last but definitely not least, we have God of War Ragnarok. Now, we don't have a specific release date for this yet, but we do know it'll be releasing sometime within 2022. And if you guys haven't watched the trailer for this yet, then make sure you go and watch it because it looks incredible. It appears that we will continue to play as Kratos, which no complaints there of course, but you also see Atreus looking a lot more grown up, so it got me thinking whether he will also be a playable character in this segment of God of War. God of War Ragnarok will be releasing on the PS4 and the PS5. But that is it for this week's gaming news. What do you guys think about E3 being cancelled? What do you want to see come to GTA 6? And also, what games are you most excited for in 2022? Make sure you let me know all of this down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and turn on bell notifications because I upload content just like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.